Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do Bohemian false locks two different ways. So if you're interested, stay tuned for this video. Okay, so we're going to get started on my hair model, Jasmine, and we're going to use two different kinds of hair. So the first one is the free tress finger roll hair, and we're going to use this in option 2. And then the second hair is going to be the Kima braid false locks, and these are really soft locks, so we're going to do that in option 2 as well. But to start with, we're going to use the Janet brand Bohemian lock, and I did not have the box for this, so I just have one left over. I think I threw the box away, but anyway, this one is the Bohemian lock is probably going to be your easiest way to do it, because it's basically just braid and wrap. So, all right, we're going to get started by sectioning the hair. And I'm just going to pull her hair back into a ponytail. I mean, it's really just a mannequin head. So I'm just doing this because I did not tape the original on my client, but I will show you pictures of her hair. And what I'm going to do is just do one braid for each option just to show you how to do it. I'm not going to braid the entire head. Okay, so we're going to start the braid off, and I'm just going to go ahead and braid this all the way to the end. Now, as many of you may be, I am truly a perfectionist, so I may start this a couple of times just because I want to make sure that the braid is right even for this video. Even though it's just a demonstration, I want to make sure that I show you exactly how to do it. So if you're doing this on your hair or someone else's, what you would do is basically do this braid or section it off and do it this type of braid all over the head. And you want to do individuals and not tight to the scalp, because you're going to crochet the Bohemian lock into the hair, or onto the braid, excuse me. So I'm just going to braid this all the way down to the end, and you want to make sure that you get all of the fine little hairs. I left strings out before, and it just, with wrapping, it just doesn't look right, so you want to make sure that you braid the hair all the way down to the end. So now we're going to take the lock, and I'm actually going to use my crochet needle and crochet it in. And you want to watch closely, because we're going to take the crochet needle, excuse me, through the braid. And when we wrap, we're actually going to wrap both the braid and the lock around the loop. The reason why you do this is because you create a seamless look versus having the braid show. So you want to get both of them in the loop at the same time. Make sure that when you pull the loop, you pull it tight and move the braid out of the way so that you have them both seamlessly together. Now we're just going to start wrapping, and you want to wrap tight but not too tight. This hair actually is easier to work with. It's soft. You don't really have to do much of like manipulating it and trying to pull it apart. You just want to make sure that it's tight and going all the way down when you're wrapping it, so that it looks like a seamless lock, like you actually did it yourself versus a crochet. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Okay, so once you get down to the ends, you're basically done. I mean, like I said, this is probably the easiest way to do it, because you're just going to wrap until you no longer see the braid that you originally braided. and you're going to take all of the hair and just wrap it into the Bohemian lock, and then that is all. Now if you want to do it a little bit more securely, you can glue the ends or burn some of the hair to make it look a little bit neater. Just depends on what you would like to do. Okay, so for our next option, we're going to do similar to the first one, but we're going to actually add the finger roll hair into the end of our braid. So we'll start the braid off like normal, and then once we get like midway, I will show you how to add the hair in. Okay, so right about here is where I'm going to stop, and you can braid a little bit longer if you want the braid to be a little bit more lengthy. I'm just doing this as an example. I probably would braid it a little bit more just with the hair, with her hair versus putting the actual finger roll hair in right here. But for the sake of the video, that's what we're going to do. So what you do is you basically take both pieces and wrap them around the first and the second piece. And I will try to do a better video on how to add hair in, but you're basically just going to take the hair and add it to the two of the three pieces that you have within the braid, and then start braiding. Excuse my camera angles. I'm still learning about this camera, so I'm trying to adjust the close-ups and everything. So I'm going to just, this is the part of the hair that you want to get to the end of. You don't want to have that lingering, or you can leave it. I've seen it done both ways. I just like to have all of the hair, the real hair, secured within the braid and not have anything floating. Sorry, she came away. She came up. It's not having to, it's not like dealing with a human where you can just turn the chair. All right, so I'm going to stop the braid about here, and she has a little bit left, which some people like a little bit more. And in the picture that I'll show you of the result of how this came out, you'll see that actually it's myself. I did my own hair, and you'll see that I actually braided a lot more of my hair and then added the finger roll hair at the ends of my braids, so it made it a little bit longer. And now with this hair, I'm actually going to cut it in half because it's really long and her braid is not that long, but you can leave it the length that it is if your braid is going to be long. So I went ahead and cut it in half. And what I'm going to do is actually not take it like that. I'm actually going to make it so that there's one side of it that's a little bit longer than the other. And I'll show you why. Okay, so we're going to crochet this in, and we're still going to do the loop the same way as we did the first one, where we're going to take the braid and loop it around with the lock. Just creates a more seamless look, as I said before. But you want to make sure that when you pull this through that you still have a short side and a long side. You don't want to pull it all the way through to where they're equal. And this hair is so soft, so it's kind of hard to keep it together. I actually use this and separate it to make really like cute ringlet curls, but it also does a lock. The only problem is that you have to secure this hair in order to form the lock, but it works better on bigger braids than it does on smaller braids, but it's still achievable. So you're just going to go ahead and wrap the longer piece first. And for this part, You don't have to necessarily wrap it so tight at the top because we're going to take the shorter piece and fill in the gaps. So as you get towards the middle and down towards the end, you want to make sure that you wrap it tight and have it be seamless. Once you get down to the ends, I typically burn this hair or take some hair glue and dart, or nail glue would work better, and dart the ends because it will unravel. It's just really soft and it wants to just kind of spring up like a curl versus staying down. For the sake of this video though, I'm going to actually take a clip and clip the bottom just so that it won't unravel. Okay, so now I'm going to start doing the top part, and you want to start at the base and then work your way to the middle until you can't wrap anymore. Now you can do the length of the lock if you'd like to. I like this way, and I actually saw someone do it, but I can't remember her name on YouTube. Only reason why it works best this way is because this hair is just so soft, and so it kind of gaps in between. But right where you see that little chunk of hair is where I would actually take the hair and just burn it a little bit so that it will be seamless. You kind of don't want to put glue right there because you don't want it to stick to the other one so close to the top. But I would just take that and just burn it a little bit and make it seamless. And then once you secure the ends, you are done. So I'm going to go ahead and show you pictures for this particular look, and I'm also going to show you pictures from option 1, and you guys let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to click the subscribe button down below. Also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Until next time, guys. Bye.